Okay, so what are we starting with here? We have to protect key structures, which on Sindarian maps tend to be scattered all over the place. Yeah, there's some in there. Some over here. Yeah. Okay. Though the good news is that usually means the enemies focus on hitting the buildings and not us. But just in case, heal yourself, because you're at low enough health that if you got hit by very much of anything, you would die. We don't want that. Okay, we are spotting a lot of enemies. Bunch over there. Wish we had a grenade launcher on this team. We do have just some grenades if we get people close enough. But I don't know if we're going to be able to. Yeah, sniper doesn't have one ready. So you're probably the closest. Okay, yeah, we could at least get a little bit of damage on them. Go for it. Okay, yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to get close enough to use your gun. And frankly, I don't think you're going to be able to get close enough to use a grenade either. Okay. Jump jet. Up there. Infiltrators are Sindarian commandos trained for covert missions. They are specialists of stealth and sabotage, and on our side, thankfully, for today. They're one of those enemies that's super annoying to fight because they can be difficult to spot. But I've never managed to make the stealth mechanics in this game really work for me. So I usually don't bother with actually having them myself. Well, this is probably going to hit the carapace, so they'll still do some. And yeah, we've got one enemy over there. I think I'm going to keep focusing on the 3. Try putting you there. I don't know that you're going to be able to throw the grenade far enough. No. No, that is a no. And I very much doubt you're going to be able to hit much with a shotgun at this range. So, Overwatch. Where if they pull in about that far, maybe you could do something.
Acquiring target.
I don't know how that counts as technically having a shot. I could not see anything there. Thank you, game. Let's see. And yeah, that would be a really bad shot too. Like, it's technically showing a sight line there, but I can tell by looking at it, you're going to be able to see like a pixel of its bum. And it's not actually going to do anything. Now, if I used quick aim, I could have you move 2 AP. Which we might try. I really wish it would let you go into free aim, even if you couldn't shoot. Because I swear, if I use this and it's like, yeah, you don't actually have a halfway decent shot, and it's like, really? I couldn't just see that beforehand? All you'd have to do is just make me unable to shoot from here if I didn't have enough AP. Yeah, we're gonna go
Gotcha.
Okay, and you can overwatch with your pistol for free. So you're going to keep an eye in this direction. And you're going to duck back behind this wall a little bit, because that could be bad if they decide to go around that way. Now Zendarian's going to hopefully do something. You gave up the high ground. Why did you do that? We don't know. Not that it's... Oh, well, okay, at least you killed that one. Okay, you went out and then decided that was a bad idea. Then you poisoned him. I guess that works.
Damaged limb. Need assistance.
Okay. Oh, so there's probably a big one over there that's launching worms at us of some description. Great. Maniac is just going to take pot shots at us, and thankfully is too far away to really be all that effective. Alright, what kind of worms? Fire worms again? Okay. Might have the heavy just bash some of them. So, let's see, we do luckily have a couple of snipers that have pistols. So, once again...
Ready to fight.
There we go. That's taking care of that for now. Thank you, Alfred. Glad you finally started hitting things, because I seem to recall on the first mission I couldn't get you to hit anything.
Moving to coordinates. Identifying target.
Okay, so here's the problem. If you miss, we need to have you miss in this direction, because I'd rather you didn't hit the friendly. And also, he's so heavily armored that if we don't manage to shred some of his armor first, you're not going to do very much. Okay. You could panic him. You're going to panic him. There, now we just need to manage to kill the one that's on really low health, which hopefully Sindarian might take initiative to do on their own if I don't manage it. You know, you can hope. Yep, bash. Okay, and you have enough AP to do it again. That's nice. There, just beat him to death with your gun. That works. So that one is panicked. So it's kind of a low priority target, but it might also be the only thing that these guys can realistically hit right now. Did you run out of ammo? Are you out of ammo already? Okay, I don't know what kind of gun that is, but... Okay, you have a spider drone. I've never used an infiltrator before, so this is just all kinds of confusing. You also have a medkit, so...
Just need to catch my breath.
Fix yourself up. And yeah, I guess deploy spider drone.
Just suppressing.
What does this... Okay, it's... Like, it doesn't get to act on its first turn, so maybe we'll figure out what it does. Who knows? Yeah, you have like a poison grenade there, but I'd honestly rather you just shoot this thing. Specifically, if we could get a shot on its arm to get rid of its shield. There we go. Just keep shooting the arm. Alright, well, frankly, I'm impressed you were able to kill it. But I guess when you're able to get close enough to actually shoot the tiny little arms, that works. Probably should have tried that before I wasted time making it panic. Okay, and we know that there's a big one launching fireworms probably there. In addition to the maniac that's just going to, I guess, unload with assault rifles every time it gets a chance. So we need to stay in cover and preferably not get super duper close. I'm going to put you up here because this is another one of those zones that'll refill willpower. And it should be fairly safe
Execute.
for you to hopefully do something next turn. There. And we're going to have you go back up here. Yeah, you two. And you can overwatch with your pistol in case it gets the bright idea to come in closer. And that leaves you. Yeah, that's not a shot game. I don't care what you say. That was not going to accomplish anything. That might. Yeah, I suppose we do need to have you creep forward just a little bit. You're not going to be able to do anything next turn, so... Okay, yep, we're going to go with that. Okay, managed to wing you. That's okay. You're fine, mostly. And more fireworms to take pot shots at, I guess. Oh, there's a third thing that has an assault rifle in there. I'm glad we don't need to protect every structure. Because if we did, this would be a nightmare. So I get the feeling that everything in that building is gonna get destroyed. Okay. Sundarian assault. We'll get to you in a minute. Let's take care of these fireworms before I forget about them. Okay, that last one was honestly a good shot.
Ready to fire.
Alright, let's try to get rid of the maniac.
Targeting. Enemy hit.
What do the spider drones do? They can explode. They can detonate themselves. Not really seeing anything else that they can do at the moment. So I guess I'm just gonna have you crawl in this direction and maybe hopefully get you in a big group of enemies and go boom. Oh, you can just keep deploying these things, you say. Okay. Well, follow it up a little bit and...
It's all about the skills.
Okay, you can't get it through walls, obviously. You can get it that far. I have no idea how many of those things you have. But we're going to use them until you run out because that's literally all you've got left. I don't know if it's because you're... Did her arm get damaged? Is that why she can't use her other gun? That might be why. That might have just been bad luck. Because I know at least one limb on her got hit, but I can't remember what it was. Okay, well... do war cry to hopefully keep that thing from firing more worms at us, because it's just taking a lot of extra time just to clean them up every turn.
Ready to
I
fire.
don't know how much you're going to be able to do with this, but we might get lucky. You hit the gun, but that's it. Nope. Okay, we need to get you out into a space where you can actually use your jet jump, because otherwise you're going to take forever to get anywhere. So let's get you out there. And we know that there's stuff in there. I think I'm just going to leave you where you are for now. Trying to keep running you guys forward in the hopes that you eventually get somewhere useful.
Ready to fire.
Might get lucky. No, okay. Okay. We're gonna have you push forward just a little bit more. And then, yeah, I think all I got left is to just have you overwatch.
I got this covered.
Okay, so it's just gonna try for lucky shots, and it did get a little bit of one there. Alright, I think they've destroyed everything in there, so they're gonna move on to somewhere else. Probably that one. Okay, you can't see out
Let's make this happen.
there. Okay, now you can. Oh, good. That one's dead. Okay. So we got the big guy, and then a smaller one that we still don't know what it is, and then that thing. Okay. Okay, it's a myrmidon. Great.
Preparing to fire.
A lot of melee damage if it manages to get... Okay, you have to shoot the abdomen. It's the only thing that you can aim at from there.
Moving to coordinates. Identifying
You're
target.
a little bit closer this time, but this is still further away than you really want with a shotgun. You managed to hit it. Good job. Okay, we're gonna have you start using your jump jets. There's fine. Okay, good. Got the maniac out, so now we're down to those two. Although the Myrmidon could potentially be pretty nasty if it manages to get on top of someone and just hit them a bunch of times, because they can do more damage in a hurry than you'd think for something that tiny. Okay. Honestly, I think at this point we need to just have you run, because I need to get you into a position where you can actually hit something, hopefully. Okay, I'm gonna just have the spider drones kind of start going in this direction, in the hopes that if the enemies decide to just go for the nearest building, maybe we can have a spider drone blow up on them. And yeah, that's right. He's gonna go for the Sundarian assault guy that's over there. And that thing is, of course, just going to fire even more fireworms at us.
All I need is a clear shot.
Well, you should have a very clear shot. If you manage to miss this, I'm going to be confused. Okay, let's see if we can... Okay, get the fireworms first before you forget. And Alfred is not in a position where he can really see any of them. That's wonderful. Just wonderful. It looks like we only got 2 this time and not 3, so there's that.
Ready to fire. Hostile down.
And then someone else is going to have to do something about that one. And you're out of ammo for your spider drones, so you're pretty much down to not really being able to do anything for the remainder of this fight. Okay, got some damage on it. That was mostly just to get armor off of it, though. And you know what? Reduce its action points. Why not? Okay, just bash. There.
On the move.
Let's see. We probably need to just put you down next to the other heavy, because if you're higher up, you're probably not going to be able to shoot it properly with that gun. Because unfortunately, heavies really struggle to aim downwards with that gun for some reason. Good, you actually managed to get a shot on the torso that didn't have as much armor. That was lucky. Well, if nothing else, we might be able to have the spider drones blow up under its feet next turn. Hopefully that does something. Alright, aim for the torso and head. There you go. Okay, spider drones first. Okay. There's the third one. Well, it did actually manage to get a lot of armor off of it. So there is that. Let's see, the torso's already completely disabled, as is the head. So actually aiming for the leg would cause it to take more bleed damage. Okay, that leg didn't get nearly as much armor taken off. Aim for the other leg. Alright, at this point it really should just bleed to death. Or not quite, but it's panicking. Let's see, 60 points of bleed. Okay, this time it should. There. Die. Thank you. Didn't want to waste more ammo on you. Well, the spider drones were actually kind of useful, at least against that thing, but I don't know how good they'd be against a lot of other enemy types. It really depends on how aggressive the AI is toward targeting them. Granted, it seemed like you needed to have an infiltrator for them to be usable. It said something about if you don't have an infiltrator in your party, they revert to AI control, which probably makes them a lot less useful. And I just don't really like the infiltrator class. I don't know that the spider drones would really be enough to carry the whole class. Especially when I do just have grenades, too. Alright, so we don't know where the colony is, although to be perfectly honest, that just means we don't have to go deal with it right away, so... But it's not in range of any of our current bases, which, yeah, I should probably check to make sure. Base info. Or have we already detected it? Because that message can be a bit... It functions a little bit weirdly if you've already detected the base. It'll usually say that it failed to detect. In that case, yeah, it's probably that. It's probably that. Because, yep, they are scanning in this region. So unless it was up here, which I guess is possible... Yeah, we really need to try to get more bases up soon, don't we? We need to try to get that one up so that we can scan along this part of the coast that is rapidly being overtaken by mist. Alright, that one is scanning as much as it possibly can right now, and it is thankfully covering most areas out here. That outbreak is just starting, and we're going to have to get that base online if we want to deal with that. And we aren't ready to get to the Antarctica one yet, so... That base, although it's not at risk of being overtaken by mist right now, so I would say this base is a higher priority, because if we don't get it up soon, then we'll have to clear it out when we finally do activate it, which is not fun. And then this one, I can see the little 3%. It's scanning, it's just that it hasn't finished scanning yet, so that's just going to be a little while. And then obviously any bases down in this part of the world. Poor Australia, I am so sorry. I know that you guys had mist pretty much immediately, and I have just not been able to get out that way. And now you're kind of at the bottom of the list because I need to get other places covered before they're lost. Because let's face it, everyone out there is probably dead already. Although this one might be a more salvageable area. I'm really hoping that thing is just going back into the sea, because it says disruption points 8 out of 8. So I'm hoping that it's just taking its sweet time disappearing. Anyway. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe we should just go ahead and get this thing online. It also has a production facility that I could repair. That would be useful. How much is it going to cost? That's doable. We can do that. Base info. Repair the fabrication plant. And repair the uplink. There we go. So there, that should start covering this chunk of the mist that we don't have any coverage for currently. Although honestly, I'm kind of wondering if there's just going to be a bit in the middle that you can't cover. Because yeah, it feels like there's just going to be this tiny little sliver in the middle that I don't know if either base can reach, but there's nothing I can do about that, so... And then, like I said, the only other base that would be useful that isn't already covered by mist is this one up here, and then the Antarctica one. And I mean, I'm sure that eventually there's going to be a mist outbreak somewhere. Oh, I can actually see it. It's barely started. It's kind of tough to see. I don't know how well it's showing up for you guys, but there actually is a mist outbreak, I think, that's just started right there. So yeah, the next one's probably going to be this one because it'll help cover that and this, and then that one. And then maybe we get to Antarctica before it's completely covered, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I also very much doubt there's very many people in Antarctica, but who knows? Okay, so for more immediate concerns, again, really want to do the 4th initiation and the man who would be Pirate King, because we need to get those done in order for relationships with Sindarian and Disciples of Anu to go up. And I would really ideally like to do that before we took out this Pandoran layer, but I don't know if we're going to manage it. Especially considering B team has to go deal with this. And B team also really needs to rest. Their stamina's half down, and a lot of them have taken at least some health damage. Where's the nearest place that actually has... Ooh, I actually might want to consider... Yeah, I might want to consider actually putting a medical facility maybe in this base. Although that one actually already has a medical facility, so I may hold off until we can just activate that one. And then all I have to do is put a living quarters in, which is a lot cheaper. But for now, I think they need to go all the way back up to Greenland in order to rest. So they're going to do that. And then you guys are going to go rest for a little bit, although you're not as badly damaged, so it shouldn't take a team nearly as long to get back on their feet. And then they're going to go do the 4th initiation, and we'll see where they're at after that. Okay, that's just that one. That's the only active flyer they got, so hopefully... Guided by Whispers is about to end, and that's a problem. Okay. So these guys are going to rest, and then they're going to go do Guided by Whispers. Oh boy. Central American base will be attacked by Pandorans. Great. Does it say when? 24 hours. Great. B team, you're gonna have to get by on medkits just a little while longer, I'm afraid.